Hey everybody, this is Ticker the Trader, and we are finally live again. I was so excited for this week because last week I was just pumping my chest and telling you to buy everything that came around. Let me show you why it was a good time to buy. So last week, the Polaris Trend Indicator was showing a lot of good signs, a lot of healthy green columns down here. The way that this indicator works, this is the only indicator you're going to need. Once you start seeing green columns start to build as well as green arrows, you're going to start seeing positive bullish momentum. We started seeing that, and everybody online was like, oh, the sky's falling and we're going to go into a bear market, and this whole, it was just one of those times where everybody was freaking out, and I was telling you to stay patient, don't listen to the noise, and just follow the Polaris Trend Indicator. So before we get into the analysis, head over to indicators. I put up a product video yesterday or during the weekend, and someone said that there wasn't the Polaris Trend Indicator in TradingView, and here it is by Ticker the Trader. There's 6 people with subscriptions currently right now. I know this isn't the biggest app in the world, but I will tell you right now, head over, basically check out the Polaris Trend Indicator, what it means, how it's built, what are my settings. Also over here, it's just $1 a day. That's all I'm asking for. Go to PayPal. $1 a day is all I'm asking you for. So feel free to head over and just hit that. Please, donate $1, and then we'll be totally fine, right? We're going to be, so now we're just going to go right into the analysis. Polaris Trend Indicator is keeping us honest. SPY, right? We said it was a wait last week. Just because of this red column, and we got this big green. It basically hit my discount zone. I knew it was going to turn up from here, but I told you to wait to see how this column starts to build, and we were building at 570.69. That was a good time to get in. If you look at the daily, right at the beginning of the day today is where you wanted to start investing in SPY. I told you back here, though, that SPY was also a hold if you bought at 558.65. This was a really good time to get in and kind of hold your shares and move up. I know that we got this little red candle, and that was a little scary, but that's on a daily time frame, right? On a weekly, we finally got the confirmation it's time to hold and let it run. The Qs, we issued a buy, right? So as you can see, we got our weekly green candle today. The Polaris Trend Indicator we got a green candle plus a green column, which meant buy. I told you to buy back here at 476.71. Start building a position in this area. We consolidated, and now we're finally moving up. So then we have TLT. TLT, I said was a sell. I didn't like TLT because of the 4 red columns that we had here, and then as we moved into the daily, look at this, boom, boom, boom. We're just starting to make our way down. TLT, I said if we got under 90.70, just release your shares. I wanted you to sell half your shares at this point. So TLT is looking like it's going to make its way down because the market's starting to move up. TNA, opposite, right? We had red columns. I think we said wait or potentially buy, depending on what the daily was. Yeah, I said if you bought in at 30.40 with the Polaris Trend Indicator, hold your shares and set a stop loss, because we hit a major discounted zone. But now we finally got that weekly bullish pressure. We got the daily bullish pressure. Everything is pulling up. It's time to go. This is the greatest. Tesla came in, touched where I thought was my support. I wasn't necessarily sure. I think I said that this was a wait last week, but ultimately I didn't like the way that these weekly candles were building up, and there was all this commotion online about people, buying puts on this to push Tesla stock down because Elon Musk is evil. I don't really care about the politics behind all this stuff. I told you to start building your position at 243.76, and I also told you to really start investing here at 236 again, 10 around here while it was consolidating, and now we got that big move up. These big green columns popped in, and now we got a weekly candle column that's moving up. So we could go back to all-time highs. We can go to $400 from here. So, haha. All the people that didn't invest in Tesla, I mean, you still have time to buy, but I'm telling you right now, you're kind of stupid if you listen to the news. So weekly, same thing on Apple. Apple, I said, was a buy. We did get this like green little doji candle here, but look at this. I told you to buy back here at 213.96, and we've just been moving up ever since with green momentum. And this is going to turn. I think this week we're probably going to get a move up. This is going to turn into a green column as well. NVIDIA, same thing. We finally got our green column. We're going to move up. I think we're going to move up to 131, somewhere in that zone, and knock our head, and then maybe move all the way down, or maybe we'll just break right through. Who cares? Who knows? I told you to buy a 112.96. And then I told you to continue to build your position at 117.88. Even if you bought here, release some of your shares over here on this candle, you would have made a small gain, but then you would have put right back in, and now we're moving right back up, right? So Amazon also is a buy. I liked Amazon a lot. I told you to buy at about $200 on the weekly. I definitely told you to buy down here at 196.36, and now we're starting to move up. So I was right. We had 1, 2, 3 days to figure this out, this trade out, and to build your position before it moved up. Weekly on Google, we got a green column. It's very small, but if you look at the daily, we're just starting to pump up here. So Google's also looking great. Weekly on Meta is finally got this green column here. Now we also had a daily column. We have also daily columns here at 588.25. That was the time to get in, and now we're gapping up. So we're in a buy zone there. Microsoft is also a buy. We pushed up. We got a green column. We get the daily now. We had 4 days to figure this out, or 3 days to figure this out, right? I told you to buy in here. I told you to buy in here, and now we're moving up. Microsoft is also a buy. SoFi, again, I own a ton of shares, like 3,000 shares at $6. I made a huge investment down there, and I told you 212.19 was the place, somewhere around there, to buy, but we finally got our weekly confirmation to buy. Yeah, around here, 11.96 was where I told you to get in. The only way to have true confirmation here is to own the Polaris Trend Indicator. You just can't watch my streams at 3:30 and expect to make a ton of great moves in the market. You want to see these in real time. Palantir, also another buy, right? We were good last week. We're also continuing on this week. So technically, you could have built a position at 86.07. You could have built a position down here at 79.93. AVGO, I said it was a wait, and I'm very happy about this wait because we didn't get into this trade yet. And even look at this on the daily. You could have got in over here. That's fine. You would have got out. You would have broke somewhat even. You would have got in, got out. But ultimately, this thing is kind of consolidating. I'm not liking this. I'm waiting for a real move in a green candle. I'm actually waiting for the weekly candle in order to prove this. So URA, I love URA. URA is uranium. We're going to need this energy in the future. So 23.98 was a good time to get in on the weekly, and 23.85 was when to get in on the daily. As you can see, we're just building awesome positive momentum up here. So SMH, same thing. We finally got a weekly buy going to the upside. In the daily, you could have bought down here at 218.37. That was where you wanted to build your position. I know that this was a support. The cheap can always get cheaper, but then again, look at this. We popped right up, and now we're continuing on. U.S. oil was a badass trade. U.S. oil, I told you when it was 65, right? I said that this is a good support for oil, especially as far as how history will repeat itself. This is a good time to buy. Now we have 2 weeks of bullish momentum, right? And on the daily, you could have bought back here at 66.56. That's what I told you. That's what I directed you. Bitcoin, I told you also to buy Bitcoin, right? We hit kind of this order block down here. We told you to buy at 83,000 on the weekly. We also told you to buy around 80,000 over here. And I know that this was kind of choppy waters, but you got to look at the weekly, and we were just moving up the whole time. So we're a buy, as well as Ethereum. Ethereum, same thing. We finally are issuing a buy in the support zone on the daily. You should have bought in on Sunday. That would have been a good time to buy. You could have bought in over here on the 17th. That was Monday. It's just a good time to build a position. But the Polaris Trend Indicator is going to keep you honest. It's going to keep you in your trades. But that's it. That's it for my daily analysis. I'm really happy that the market moved up today because that's what I was saying it was going to do. So don't miss out on these. again, head over to the right Polaris Trend Indicator by ticker the trader. Head over to it's just $1 a day. Just subscribe to my indicator and check out like what it does. But ultimately, you can't take signals from me. This is your own trading style. I want to make sure that you're trading on the time frames that you want to, but I'm telling you right now that this is worth $1 a day. This is the only indicator you're going to need, and you're going to need this indicator because I can't feed you your signals in the middle of the day or in the morning if you don't know when they're triggering. So have this indicator. Make sure that you get this indicator. But anyway, listen, thank you very much for watching this. I really appreciate your time, and we'll be back tomorrow, okay?